Hello and welcome back to another episode of Mind Your Rehab. I'm Dr. Allison and this is
Dr. Vinny.
And here we are. And Frank, he's on my lap if you're watching on YouTube. And he's got his sweet little face.
How you doing, Frank? Anything you want to say?
There you go. Good. He had a lot to say.
Yeah, Frankie likes to huff things, so you just got a little taste of it.
Favorite thing. It was a quiet huff. He goes aggressive.
There was one little one he got in there.
Really aggressive. So, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing fine this week. I don't think there's anything really too exciting that has gone on.
No.
I went to a barber and I'm kind of like with the results.
Yeah. It looks good, but they did kind of a half-assed job.
Yeah, he did kind of a half-assed job. That's a great way of putting it.
He didn't shave his neck. He didn't
do the creepy man neck. He didn't do the neared.
We call the creepy man neck the hair in the back of the neck that starts to get long. That's creepy.
Around your occipital cervical region.
Wow. Oh, hi, thank you, Frankie.
Yeah. So
wow,
that happened. I also went to the dentist. So many exciting things for everyone to hear about.
Self-care.
I had to do some self-care. Yeah.
Had to?
Yeah, I had to.
It's like yay, I get to do self-care. Not the dentist.
Sometimes it's like, you need to do that.
Yeah, I would say maybe not the dentist, but the barber, yeah. Mm-hmm. The barber, it was like, I made him go.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's fine. It was necessary. I agree.
It's nice.
I'm upset about it.
Yeah, I also didn't have anything really exciting. I've been playing a new video game.
You've been playing a lot, actually, yes.
What is it? It's Yoshi...
Let's see what it's called. Hold on.
Craft World or something?
Yoshi's Crafted World.
Yoshi's Crafted World on Nintendo Switch. We borrowed it from the only friend it seems like we talk about on this podcast.
We'll talk about other people and more friends as we go on. But yeah,
maybe.
Well, it was because I went away to Montreal and I brought back some games for you to play while I was away.
Yes, I asked for Nintendo Switch games because Jared has a lot, and I asked for them. And then his rule was, if I don't finish all of them by the time you guys get back from Montreal, I should just throw them in the trash. Yeah,
and you didn't finish them, nor did you throw them in the trash. So.
I'm going to play them.
Yeah.
Because I'm a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Blue is messing up our setup.
Thanks,
pretty cool. So
just making it more perfect.
Yes. So what we're watching recently is new All-Stars, new Drag Race All-Stars that's up. Mm-hmm. It's a good season so far.
So far, it's been a good season. Yep, just in time for Pride too.
Yep. And that's like the new thing.
Yeah, that's the newest, most. Show
some movies that we got to see. We did watch Crybaby this weekend. We watched Grease and Crybaby.
Then Crybaby.
And Crybaby is hilarious. If you guys haven't seen it, it is. The reason why is because if you were listening last week, we saw Pink Flamingos, which is a John Waters movie, and Crybaby is another John Waters movie, just way more dialed down.
It's definitely more. Yeah, it's a lot dialed down compared to.
It is so funny. Johnny Depp's in it. He looks gorgeous, by the way. Gorgeous.
Yeah. He's definitely he looks like your classic greaser in that movie.
I asked Vinny who he would prefer his hair to be more like, Danny Zuko or Crybaby. And he said Crybaby.
I said Crybaby, yeah. Although, we watched Grease. Danny Zuko was definitely a very big inspiration for me as a young boy.
Danny Zuko was an inspiration for me too, but in
different ways. Let's talk about those ways.
As a child, I wanted to date Danny Zuko.
I wanted to be Danny Zuko, so look at that. Look at us.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's it. I guess what we're listening to is just a bunch of different stuff these days.
We did listen to, which prompted Grease and Crybaby. Well, we've been listening to a lot of doo-wop ever since.
You have been.
I pulled out the Less Than Jake Greased record that I have on vinyl.
So fun.
And yeah, that prompted Grease and then Crybaby.
This was actually hilarious because I watched Grease so much as a kid I haven't watched it in a really long time. Watching the closing scene, I was like, this is so bad.
Oh yeah, it's still to this day love the movie. Great movie.
It's just
one of the worst endings of
at
all
the
time
end,
in all of
they're
movies.
just like, how about all these songs were great? How about the last song? We don't make any sense.
Let's shove one more song in there.
Yeah, and it all starts because like, who is it, like Duty or something? Fucking, he hits a carnival thing, and Danny Zuko's like, a wop boo, a wop boo.
Close enough. That's close enough.
And then they just burst out into Shamalanga.
Yeah, I love on the Less Than Jake version of that song. They do say "Chingity Chang Shabop." What the hell does "Chingity Chang Shabop" mean?
Yeah, because seriously, what does that mean?
Who the hell
But
knows?
still a great movie. And
Yeah.
I
What's new with bodybuilding?
I was just gonna say I am 8 weeks out from my show.
Damn.
And I am I would say the peak of my bulk. I did hit 138, but I didn't sit there. So peak sitting weight was 136. I'm now down to 128. Last time I weighed in was Sunday. I weighed in at 128.6, I want to say.
Nice.
And yeah, feeling lean, feeling mean, feeling green.
Beauty.
Yep. I told my coach that I was starting to feel hungry, and she just laughed at me. And I said, I know that this is going to be a joke compared to what it will be, but I'm just letting you know I am starting to feel hungry.
Yeah, when you lose weight, you have to eat less. So.
Yeah. And yet I still have to work out just as hard. And now I have to do, my cardio is getting harder. It's just, it's a whole thing, but I am excited. It's cool, like, being able to actually see the progress now, where it's like before I couldn't see it unless I saw a picture that was months apart. Now I can start to see more and more every week, I would say.
That's cool.
Which is fun.
You were saying something to me yesterday about the difference between this cut versus the last time you did a cut a couple of years back.
Oh, that now I'll have a lot more muscle mass.
Oh yeah,
What else did I say?
No, I think that was it. It's just that your muscle mass is so much more because you put a specific emphasis. You had a goal, right?
Well, I also, and I had a
towards your
coach.
You had a coach.
I had a coach. That made a huge difference.
Very
Instead of doing it with like an AI app, I had a coach. And so it was very tailored. And that's very different because you're doing it with AI. And I think it cuts your calories way too fast.
I hate the amount of, for a long time, I've been eating less calories than you on a daily basis.
I know, and you're not losing.
And I'm not losing anyway. But I'm also doing a much more half-assed job than you are.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, the weekends you're not really paying attention.
I'm tracking. It's just I know
you're tracking, but you're like, I'm over. It's fine.
That's what it is. It's like I don't have a goal that I don't have like a goal like you do where I'm actively working towards it and I'm just like, fuck it. It's like, no, I know where I am. I know what's going on. I'm comfortable with that.
And that's
I don't need the next step.
And I remember my coach being like, because I have always been interested in bodybuilding. And I remember my coach saying that, like, she'll have clients where she's like, not everybody picks a show date. They just like pretend like something's coming up and they cut. And I'm like, no, I need that accountability.
Sure.
To do it.
Some people need that. Other people don't need that.
I've done it before without needing a date, and I'm sure I could, but I wouldn't be able to justify spending money on a coach and doing all this without having something. Like, I'd probably be like, yeah, I can skip cardio.
Sure.
Because I hate it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just another level of accountability that has really made a difference. Because I feel like I'm pretty self-sufficient, but this is definitely a different level.
Yeah, you've definitely been more dedicated, more strict this time around than honestly probably any time that I've seen you in the past.
Definitely. Because even my past bulks I've done on my own, it's like, yeah, I'll just eat whatever the fuck. And it's like,
can't do that.
No, I actually was really good about not having too much like junk food while I was bulking. Because it made it like, I don't know, it would make the macros weird for later if I did. So, all right, well, on to the topic. it's enough of us ranting and raving about stuff.
I don't think we ranted or raved, to be honest with you.
The dog's dead, you can tell. The topic was joints.
How joints joint.
How joints be jointing. And this is something I repeat all the time. Joints act, muscles react. A really good example actually today, without getting like really into the weeds of clinical language, what I will say is this person came in for an evaluation today. He's been having ongoing hip issues. He is a personal trainer, so he has an understanding of anatomy and movement. And he's been working on internal rotation of his hips over and over and over again. He went to a PT and they had him also work on his hip internal rotation a lot.
Do you know what kind of things he was doing for his hip internal rotation?
No, just exercises. That's all I know. Okay. I'll talk more about like stretches later. But he, what was I going to say? Yeah, he's been doing a shit ton of hip internal rotation focused exercises, and everything is still the same. And when I evaluated him, I showed him how his pelvis is the thing that's not moving. And so if your hip lives within your pelvis and you don't address the pelvis not moving, then what are the chances that your hip is going to be able to move fully?
Pretty poor, I would assume.
Yeah, like you're not going to have full range. You can maybe get a little, I don't know, but it'll probably be temporary, because if the home is not functioning, then the things inside the home cannot function, right? Yeah. Like if you have no electricity in your house, then none of your plugs are going to work.
This is true.
So he seemed like he said that made so much sense as to why, despite having done so much work for a while, since at least Christmas, he has not seen any improvement.
It's like six months without seeing
he's like, I'm better at moving now, which is awesome, but yet his pain is still there. So he was like, I feel stronger in movement, but my pain is still there. And it's like, that makes sense. You've been working a lot on your joint strength with what you have. So yeah, your joint strength has improved with the range of motion you have. But you have not actually changed the range of motion because the bottleneck isn't where you were focusing. And so basically what I saw in that evaluation was everything was kind of moving like a cement block, like one single joint instead of separate joints in a chain. So there was no, I guess you could call it articulation. What we call it is relative motion. But there wasn't enough joint-to-joint articulation happening higher up. And then, also, unsurprisingly, his foot.
So he had been putting a lot of focus in his hips. When he came in for the evaluation, you noticed that his pelvis wasn't doing what it was supposed to, and that his foot wasn't doing what it was supposed to.
Specifically, the foot on the left side, which was the side he was having pain. It wasn't even, his other foot was moving fine. Both sides of his pelvis were not moving, but his left foot was not moving. And he could see it because I take videos of everything so that we can analyze it together. So yeah, and then I brought him through an exercise, and that mobilized his foot and indirectly mobilizes his pelvis. And he retested a squat that he did in the beginning, and pain was gone. That was all that we did. It wasn't gone, sorry. It was very diminished. And
but
that was all that we did.
A noticeable improvement with doing one thing that addressed two things outside of the area of where his actual pain was.
Yes. So
pretty
cool stuff.
Yeah. And I think that ties back into what you were saying a little bit earlier about just working with a coach, right? Like you're working with somebody for bodybuilding who has previous experience of doing this themselves and with other people. Same thing in the clinic. Like this guy, he's a personal trainer. He has a general understanding of what he's doing. And he saw somebody external, you, and it's like, hey, the thing that you think that you've been working on, it's good that he's working on it. Don't get us wrong, but not the main area of focus to address the issue that he's trying to do it.
What's cool though is like once his pelvis and his foot starts moving, he's already done the local work at the hip. He'll have to do more because that'll increase.
Open up more ranges. Yeah, that'll have to get control over.
He already has a good foundation. What is annoying or challenging for most people is that they don't know that another solution exists.
Yeah.
So hopefully this episode helps shed light on that. Is like they'll stay in the same PT, the same environment for a long time, and they won't see improvement. And they think, is this just my norm now? Is this just how it's going to be? Is this going to be my pain forever? And the answer is likely no. It's just that you're in a stagnant place because you haven't changed the guidance, the plan, the strategy, anything like that. And it's hard to do that with the same person if you've been working with that. It's hard for, they are clearly in a pattern, and I would call it tunnel vision of what they know. And that's the limitation of your progress, essentially. So it might just be time to search elsewhere. Look at reviews, get referred. I don't know. It can be hard to find. It can be very hard to differentiate. And we are the last stop for most people.
Yeah.
Which I think we might have said before.
It's a very common theme.
It is. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that it's likely that if you're still struggling with more or less the same stuff, it's likely that you need a different approach. This other woman that I just started seeing, she's been burned by a lot of providers. She spent thousands of dollars working with people and is still in the same position. In my evaluation with her, she felt better with one thing that I was doing to evaluate, which was a diagnostic tool. I had to mobilize her lower leg as a diagnostic tool, and that gave her relief. And she said no one has ever done that for her before. And then in our follow-up session, I brought her through what to me seems like more basic. They're foundational. I wouldn't call them basic. Foundational exercises. And she said not a single person has ever worked on any of this with her.
It's crazy. And
she has been feeling better, and even has been feeling confident. Even after one session, she's been feeling confident. And some of that is, again, and I know we've touched on this, that comes from me feeling so confident that I can tell her, try this, try X, Y, and Z in the gym. And so she did, and she's fine. So it's yeah, I know the thing was joints, and both of these stories revolve around joints, but still.
Yeah, definitely. There's a very famous, probably overused Einstein quote: "The level of thinking that got you there will not solve the problem."
Yeah.
Right? Like that's exactly what it is.
Yes, it is. And that's why I always take courses. I always want to evolve because I always want to evolve. I always want to change my thinking. I've been wrong many times, and I'm fine with that. Yeah.
No way.
I won't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Tell the audience. I've been wrong plenty of times. I look back at exercises I was giving people and this is so common for providers. You look back at your first 5 years of clinical experience and you're embarrassed about them.
You have to gain experience.
I did an article for Shape magazine, and I talked about like doing glute bridges as like an exercise. And it's like, glute bridges are fine, but I would never, I never give that as an exercise anymore. And so, it's if your provider is not consistently trying to improve themselves for the benefit of your care, that's another thing.
Yeah. I think it's important for people to remember and understand, like when someone gets into a health field, typically it's because they want to actually help people get better and feel better.
That's what you hope.
And do things, right? I think life happens a lot and we get lost in the, hi Baloo. Sorry. Baloo is, if you're watching the video, Baloo's giving me kisses. Do you want to say anything before I continue? Hey, both of them just puffing the microphone. But yeah, like life will happen, right? So things will end up getting lost along the way. You'll lose sight of and focus in certain things. But if you're not constantly trying to improve yourself, then you're not going to be able to help other people improve themselves either. Like you said, you get tunnel vision, you get stuck, and that just happens unless you are open to learning something new, learning something different,
just changing, and okay with being wrong.
You're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah. So going back to joints, if you're hammering away on at something that you think is joint related, or you've been told it's joint related, and you're not making improvement, it's probably the bottleneck is not where you've been working. Like if you're not making progress. So that's data for you. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that you're helpless. It means that you have data now to work on, that's not the thing. And that's fine. Now you have to find the thing. And that's not your skill set that you need to create for yourself. That's finding somebody who has that skill set. Also, going back to the joints act, muscles react thing, that means that the joint, I think we talked about this on the last episode, the joint has the brain of the area and it tells the tissues what to do. Yeah. And so if you are only working on stretching and you're only working on foam rolling, you're getting passive work done and you're not improving, it is because you're not changing the way the joint moves.
You're not giving it new information.
You're not giving it new information. It's not learning to become a better joint.
Crazy. That just tied right back around.
Yeah. If it's not learning to become a better joint, then it's going to stay the same. And it will have tunnel vision in how it moves. And it will tell the tissues what to do. And it'll be the same exact thing over and over again.
What a perfect analogy.
So weird.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. That's all that I really have to say. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. Be open to learning new things. Try something different.
Yes. And
you have to fail in order to succeed.
It's true. You learn more from your failures than you do your successes. So I think that's another thing to just appreciate in your rehab and your process of moving, going through resolving pain
your
or
journey.
Injury. Yeah, I was trying to avoid saying journey.
In your journey. I know you were trying to avoid it. That's why I brought it to the table.
Perfect. So looking at things objectively and not like they're good or bad can be really helpful. Like today with that guy, I was talking about, or we were going through the exercise and he was like, I don't know, I forgot what he said, but it's like, this happens often where people are disappointed with how hard something is for them when it seems like very basic. And it's like, first of all, it's not basic. It's foundational, and it's a foundation piece that you've never worked on. And secondly, like setting up, I guess, using tools to assist in the exercise does not mean anything bad.
Oh, not at all.
It means that we're meeting your body where it's at. That's not good or bad. It just is what it is. And we're doing that to move the needle forward.
Something in my personal life where I can relate that is like I do yoga a good amount, and that was something that, for whatever reason, like using props was like not a thing that I would allow myself to do. Now I use all the fucking props, man. I use multiple yoga blocks. I use bolsters. It's just, you're meeting your body where you are. Exactly.
It's kind of like when people say, if somebody has ever told you to squat a very specific way, like you have to squat with your feet forward and hip width apart, they don't know what they're talking about. That's the first thing. They have no clue what they're talking about.
We've said this before, but like any strictness like that, it's just not the right way to go about anything in life.
Because everybody has different joints and everybody has different ranges of motion that's available to them. And so meeting your body where it's at means changing your squat stance to meet you where you're at. And that's it. It could be using wedges. It could be doing a front squat versus a back squat. It could be having your feet in a certain position. It could be so many things, but meeting yourself where you're at is the most helpful thing you can do to actually make progress. It's not a regression, it is progression.
And we were just saying before that if it let me say this. Let me get my thoughts straight. Going to somebody else will help you get that objectivity that you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like when you're going through it yourself and you're going through
yeah.
that subjective point of view, it can be extremely frustrating.
Even for us.
Oh yeah, for providers especially, for anybody, right? Like it's because you get stuck in your own way. We're humans. We have our own thought processes. We have our own patterns that we go through. You might not even realize that you're getting stuck, but you are getting stuck. And that's why having an outside point of view can be so helpful for rehab progress, but for anything.
Yes. Both the dogs are asleep on our laps.
Yep. We got both the guys on us. If you're watching on YouTube,
you can see them. They're just
flopped over. Maybe we can get some snores.
Oh yeah. See if you can get.
We got some snores in there. Hopefully you heard them.
Like good as ASMR. So on that note, that's it.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing else. Yeah. All right. Well, see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Love you.
Bye.